promised, promptly at 10 a.m., we are going to start the discussion. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. Um, Today, on Linking Up with Janet Nang, we have once again invited a very good friend of ours, Moy Onia, Slamsy's territory manager, to discuss about the financial aspect of taking care of your future self. So, if later on you would have any questions, please wag po kayong mag-atubiling message sa amin sa chat para maisagot po natin lahat ng mga katanungan ninyo. And this session is being recorded. So if you would like to go back to review the contents, the conversation, we will be putting up the link on the YouTube link of the recorded session on our social media platforms. So hello,
Hello, good
Moy.
morning, Miss Janet.
Alam mo ba na first time ulit nating magkita in
Oo nga
person after so many
Yeah,
years?
I think the last time was pre-pandemic pa. Ang huling face-to-face natin. Puro Zoom ngayon. So good morning to all of our audience. Thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us.
Ayan. Oo nga eh. It's so exciting to do this. Finally, we were able to meet in person and do this face-to-face.
Yes.
Ayan. So we're excited to have everybody here with us also. And all the more we're excited about the topic. So let's get the ball rolling.
Okay?
Ayan. So ang topic natin today is on how you can take better care of your future self, the financial aspect. So what does it mean to take care of your future? Ano bang ibig sabihin na to po?
For Miss Janet, I think when you say you're taking care of yourself in the future, it means that you're putting yourself in a position where you're able to finance yourself. And minsan pag sinabi mo kasi self mo, hindi lang talaga sarili mo eh. Pero it's also the people around you. So inherent na yan sa ating mga Filipinos na we have a closely knit family and we have to take care of sometimes them as well. But of course, when we say we were taking care of ourselves, it means that we have the financial ability to, of course, provide for ourselves and yung hindi tayo nahihirapan kumbaga.
That's right, that's right. And tama yung sinabi mo, no? Yung mga taong nakapaligid sa atin, mga mahal na, hindi lang ang mga mahal natin sa buhay, tulad ng mga magulang, asawa, or mga anak natin. Kung hindi, if you are a business person, your employees.
True, that's true.
Diba? Malaking, there's a reason why employees are somehow dependent on the employer, diba? Not only for compensation, but for later on, matutulungan at ma-educate din sila. No? Ayan. So how do we and should we put all these plans in writing?
Ako, I believe, yes. Kasi there's a couple of things that we're doing when we're putting it into writing. Kasi we're kind of, manifesting it that it will come true. And I read somewhere na kapag sinulat mo daw yung isang bagay, your plan or your goal, kapag sinulat mo siya or kapag sinabi mo siya out loud, binato mo siya sa universe. Parang pinoprogram mo daw yung utak mo na gagawin ko to. Kasi sinulat ko na eh.
Yeah.
Or sinabi ko na sa isang tao eh. Or kahit mag-isa mo na, pero sinigaw mo out loud na I will do this. Kaya so talaga pinoprogram mo yung utak mo na gagawin mo siya. So some of them, they put it into writing, they say it out loud, or yung iba naman very visual. Kaya meron tayo yung mga
dream board.
Yes.
Also, a vision board.
Vision board. So any of those three, very effective daw in programming your mind that you will do a certain task.
Yeah. And in a way, parang ipinapangako mo rin sa sarili mo na gagawin mo to, na i-achieve mo to, which is very vital. I think, kung may pangako na hindi mo maitutupad, or may pangako na gusto mong siguraduhin matupad mo, it should be the promise that you make to yourself. No? And at the end of the day, sarili mo rin naman na makikinabang. Diba? It affects the people around you, but the most important person that your planning today will affect whether it's good planning or bad planning or no planning at all is yung sarili mo in the future. Yan, oo. So, meron ba tayong pattern na kailangan sundan when it comes to planning for our future?
Yeah. I think everyone's path is different, and of course, we all have different circumstances. So, naalala ko nga, sa Facebook or sa YouTube, meron mga channels na parang they go around asking people parang, what did you do to be successful in life? Or meron nga yung very famous, di ba, na parang pupunta siya sa mga may mga magagandang cars. Tapos tatanungin niya, what do you do for a living?
Yes.
So parang naisip ko yung question na, with your question na parang, is there a certain pattern or path that you should follow? So sa totoo, parang wala naman, pero merong mga best practices, merong mga guides or tips on how you can do it. So taking from what I watched in those videos, parang sinasabi ng iba, yung ibang answer nila, it's you need education. Pero yung iba naman sinasabi nila, hindi mo kailangan ng education. Pero you need to start young. You need to really grind it out. You need to know what's your why. So yun yung mga different parang, let's say, tips nila or best practices nila on how they were able to reach their success. So no really pattern set in stone, but there are best practices that you can follow.
And I think tama ka, no? Kung meron tayong tinitingala na isang very successful individual sa kanyang field, pwede natin sigurong i-research itong taong to and see what he does.
Yes.
Not only for a living, but on a day-to-day basis. Ano yung kanyang routine, araw-araw. And yun yung best practices na kailangan natin gawin. And I know for a fact, no, it doesn't have to be just one individual. If you look up to several individuals, you can actually do research and it's readily available online now. Oh, you just research it in the internet, no? Makikita ninyo kung ano ang mga valuable activities na ginagawa nila on a day-to-day basis. Ayan. Ngayon, since we're in that topic already, let's dive into yung topic naman on saving and investing, no? Ako sa experience ko, I've been in the business close to 15 years. I've talked to several individuals from all walks of life with different profiles and different requirements. No? Ang madalas nilang napapag-mix up, kung ano yung totoong ibig sabihin ng saving and investing. Yan. So, i-dissect nga natin yun. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng saving at investing? At ano ang difference between the two?
So when we say saving, it's you're really just putting your money aside and not really expecting to have anything in return. Kaya kapag sinabi natin saving, ang maiisip ng mga tao, piggy bank. Diba? Kasi talagang literal, na nilalagay mo lang doon yung pera mo, tinatabi mo lang, sinisave mo lang. Or yung iba, they put it under their pillow. Yan, yung mga traditional ways of
Actually,
saving.
may client ako dati na doktor. At that time, nag-ano pa lang siya. Anong tawag dito? Yung first few years working in the hospital, intern? Yeah? Oo. Miss Janet, nakakayaman sabihin, pero ang pera ko nasa sobre, nasa drawer ko. So, nangyayari talaga yun even with people in the medical profession.
Kasi that's what we were really told.
Yes.
To just, get a nice job and then graduate and then get a nice job and then save your money.
Yes.
Ano naman talaga yung tinuro sa atin. Pero as opposed to investing, when we're talking about investing, when you invest, you put your money aside pero with the intention of having a future return. So, kaya when we're talking about investing, dito na lumalabas yung mga terms na return on investment, interest, ganyan. So, that's how we set those two apart. Again, kapag saving, we're just setting it aside, not expecting anything in return. When we're investing, you're really expecting something out of it in the future.
May growth, kumbaga. Oo. Kasi pag inilagay mo lang ang pera mo sa piggy bank, syempre, hindi tutubo yun. Hindi naman lumalago yun. Hindi dumadami, no? However, if the intention of saving is to make your money grow, you should consider investing. Now, let's dive into those two even more, no? One thing that I share with the people I talk to about this is that one cannot go without the other. You cannot invest without starting a habit of investing, and you cannot save without the intention of investing also, no? Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Kasi wala ka naman talagang invest kapag wala ka pang savings eh. So, doon
Mm.
din talaga siya nagsisimula sa savings.
Yes, yes. How about, kasi ang starting point nito, kailangan we have to get into the habit, no? And I think hindi siya chicken or egg. Eh. Kailangan we have to get into the habit of saving muna, no? And then we invest our savings, no? So, meron ba tayong parang not pattern pero um, a generic habit that we have to do. Like, for example, how much of my monthly income should I be setting aside to save? And then how much of that saving should I invest? Ayan.
So, it really differs from person to person kasi again, we all have our different circumstances. But what we try to advocate is kapag meron kang sweldo, may part talaga doon na it's for saving and it's for investing. Now, kung magkano yung i-invest mo na part, dito na pasok ngayon yung ano ba yung goal mo? Ano ba yung pinag-i-investan? Ba't mo gusto mag-invest? Ano ba yung goal mo in the future? So, let's say, you have a very big goal of, let's say, purchasing a property. So, of course, if you want to purchase a big ticket item, mas malaki din dapat yung isi-save mo and better yet, i-invest mo yung pera mo, lalo na if it's for the long term.
Yes.
So it really differs from person to person. Pero what helps most of the time is if you can talk to someone who can give you advice based on, of course, um, uh, your risk profile and of course the different options out there in the market.
And that someone should be a professional who is not only, and I've heard this recently from well-known speaker, keynote speaker from abroad, no? Sabi niya, dalawang characteristic ang dapat mong hanapin sa isang professional na gusto mong katrabaho in order for you to have that trust and be comfortable to work with this person. Dalawa lang yun. Number one is competence. Number two is empathy. Competence, product knowledge, the know-how on how to go about the whole program, or better yet, to create the program, a very unique and well-designed program fit for you, no? And then yung empathy to know you, who you are, your profile, your requirements, your timeline, and also know what is in your heart. Ano ba nga, tulad ng sabi mo kanina, ano ba yung financial goal na gusto mo ma-achieve? And again, going back to who are the people around you, no? Na kapag hindi ka nagplano ng maayos, who will be affected? Kasi at the end of the day, it's not just you, right? Okay, so does age matter when it comes to
That's a very good
yes, saving and investing? Does age matter? Kasi ako, to be honest with you, so I think everybody knows that I'm a single mom, no? And this started like, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. So my kids were still very little, no? And when I became a single mom, wala talaga akong savings. So at that time, I was already nearing my 40s, no? So talagang nagulat ako sa nangyari sa buhay ko kasi it was really a harsh reality that I had to face it. So I started very much later on in life. So i-explain nga natin sa mga tagapanood natin, ano yung risk of starting too late and ano yung advantage of starting early.
Yeah. Okay. So age is very important. So that brings us to time. Time is very important when you're doing your investing. And let me just share a very valuable lesson that I learned from a former mentor. Sabi niya, when you're investing daw, there are three things that can make you successful. So, kailangan mo lang ng isa dito magiging successful ka. Pero better kung meron kayong dalawa, better kung meron ka ng tatlo. Sabi niya, una, if you have the time, you will be successful. So, ibig sabihin niya dito, if you start young, okay lang kasi you can make all the mistakes, the market can go up or down, pero you can just let your investment stay there. Ideally, if it's a good investment, it's a proper investment, over time it will go up. So makaka-recover ka. So basta meron kang time, kikita ka daw, kaya mong maging successful in investing. The second thing, sabi niya, is if you have capital. So if you have unlimited capital, pwede kang ano mo magkamali. Sige, mali yung stock pick ko, mali yung pinag-investan ko. It's okay. Kasi I have unlimited capital. Pero unfortunately for a lot of us, that's not the case, di ba? Hindi naman lahat tayo may unlimited capital. So, and third one, sabi niya is if you have the knowledge. Kasi kahit sobrang tanda mo na at wala kang pera, pero sobrang galing mo, sobrang talino mo, and tama lahat ng mga investment picks mo, kikita ka nga naman. So sabi niya, yung tatlong yun yung very important if you have time, if you have capital, and if you have the knowledge. So a lot of us, ang puhunan natin ngayon, especially if we're young, is the time. So time is very, very important kasi talagang yeah, if you get into the right investment, eventually it will go up. So that parang the lesson there of that parang concept na tinuro sa atin is it's very important to start young if you can. And then eventually, of course, you get the capital, you get the knowledge.
Which reminds me of yung biblical na uh, tawag dito, principle, no? Patience and perseverance, di ba? We need both. Kasi if you are patient but you are not consistent, it defeats the purpose. But if you are consistent but you don't have the patience, ganun din. So patience and perseverance should go hand in hand in this case. Ayan. So ang ganda ng topic natin, no? Parang feeling ko kulang ang isang oras. But okay. So why is it important to start preparing for our future? Kasi kanina ang sinabi natin na we have to take care of ourselves, and then we also have to make sure that we take care of the people around us. What awaits ahead that you have to get on this right now? Bakit kailangan umpisahan today?
I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki. So if you're familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, ang dami ng mga
Rich
books
Dad,
niya.
Rich Dad, Poor
Rich
Dad.
Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant. Meron siyang isang book called Retire Young and Retire Rich. So sinasabi niya dito sa book na to na we should all aspire to retire young. Katulad ng ginawa niya and ng kanyang wife. So in the book, he was sharing kung paano siya nakapag-retire young and retire rich. But more importantly, sabi niya, he wanted to do it kasi he has a deeper purpose, which was he wanted to enjoy life.
Yes.
He wanted to enjoy life, of course, yung mga hobbies niya, interests niya, and he also wanted to enjoy life with his kids. And of course, yung with his partner. So I think it's very important for us to get on it now, start now, do what we can so that we can retire eventually. So parang kasi we spend a lot of a huge part of our life talagang working lang eh.
Yes.
Working ng work, kayod ng kayod.
While
Yung
we
hobby
are
natin,
still
hobby lang
able
talaga.
to.
While we are still able to. So I think it's very important that we start now so that our hobbies, our passion, pwede natin siyang magawa pa rin later on in life.
Yes. Nakakatawa no, naalala ko kasi ako lagi ako sinasabihan ng parents ko. I mean, they're both already in their nearing their mid-80s, no? They're still very strong. And there would be times when especially my dad would remind me na, Janet, alam mo, masyadong mo pinagagastusan itong parte ng life mo. Kailangan mag-invest ka sa ganun, which is very different ang points of view namin when it comes to investing. Kasi para sa kanya, I have to buy a lot of hard assets. Tapos, kailangan, yung mga anak ko, may nag-iisa-isa silang property na sa prime location. Eh, sabi ko, Dad, that's not how I see it. Eh. Of course, when I start giving my perspective naman on this, nauuwi sa argument, no? Pero hinahayaan ko na lang kasi I have to respect the fact that nung kapanahunan nila, that's their way of thinking. For me today, ang pananaw ko is, okay, I started purchasing a lot of insurance policies. Although it was late in life, I was already 40 actually, no? And then I continued to purchase habang bata pa ako at saka habang hindi pa ako nagpapamedical.
Approve
So,
pala.
approved pa lahat. Wala pang medical, no? And so, ngayon, now that I have two children, since pinag-uusapan natin yung mga maapekto sa planning natin, no? Mga taong nakapaligid sa akin, I have two children who are working already and two children who are in their university years. Mga 2 years pa, mag-graduate na sila. No? So medyo nakakaluwag na ako. No? Um, Initially, I was telling them na, eto iniipon ko para sa inyo. Nung minsan na nag-family meeting kami, ang sabi nila sa akin, Mami, i-enjoy mo na yan. Diba? I-enjoy mo na yan kasi, well, you deserve it. You've worked your, I was going to say ASS, but you've worked your ass off for the X number of years and you were on your own taking care of us. Now that nakakaluwag na ang mga gastusin, kailangan i-enjoy na lang. So naisip ko, sabi ko, tama rin naman sila. At saka, bakit ba na bumili ako ng maraming insurance policy? Hindi ba para pagdating ng panahon, yun ang mamanahin nila. So tama lang na i-enjoy ko ngayon. No? Ayan. So, yung pag magkaibang pananaw namin ng daddy ko, sa kanila kasi, this is how they built their empire. Now that they have this, they're so proud of it. Ako naman, this is how I want to leave a legacy. The legacy that I want to leave my children. Ayan. Okay. Now, mapunta tayo sa mga nakaugalian ng mga Pilipino. Ayan. So, there's a general, marami nga. There's a general notion that Filipinos do not have the most ideal habits when it comes to saving and investing. Now, why should this change? Identify muna natin ano itong mga not so ideal habits, no? Tapos, pag-usapan natin na ano yung danger if ang mga kababayan natin will stay with those kinds of habits.
A few of these bad habits that I can think of. First is meron tayo dyan yung one-day millionaire. Right? Kasi talaga pagkuha natin ng sweldo, gastos tayo ng matindi. Tapos pag pecha tipilibro, tipid-tipid na tayo. Meron yung meme yun naalala ko na parang kapag nandiyan yung sweldo, kain ng steak. Pero kapag pecha tipilibro na, fishball na lang. Ganyan. So meron tayo, may ganyang habit tayo one-day millionaire. Meron din tayo, which is kind of synonymous to the YOLO. You only live once na talagang gastos agad. Tapos we also have this habit of spending it first before we get it. Yun, I think yun yung isa sa mga pinakamalala. Kaya a lot of the people are in debt. Kasi talagang kakaskas mo na yung credit card kahit wala na wala pa yung sweldo. Parang kunwari ngayong 13th month pay. So marami mag 13th month pay pero bago pa dumating yung 13th month, nagastos mo na. Sa isip mo, nagastos mo na. So talaga, kapag ganun kasi yung habit natin, hindi talaga tayo makakapag-save, hindi talaga tayo makakapag-invest. And I think it stems from when we were in school, hindi naman kasi talaga tinuturo ang personal finance. So talaga ang turo sa atin is get good grades so that we can get a good job. And then it ends there. Wala na nagturo sa atin na you face these challenges. Pwede magkaroon ng medical problems, eventually kakasal ka, kailangan mo bumili ng property, magpapaaral ka. So parang hindi yun na-discuss sa school eh. Kaya a lot of us develop bad habits and it took us the hard way to find out na kailangan ko palang alagaan yung sarili ko.
It's sad, no? Pero hindi pa huli ang lahat.
Of course.
Diba? I mean, kung sa katayuan ko nga noon 40 years old ako nag-umpisang bumili ng insurance at mag-save para sa sarili ko, para sa mga anak ko. And now, I'm already reaping yung kung ano yung mga na-plan ko before, no? What more sa iba? Lalo na, and we specifically would like to reach out to the millennials, mga kaedad ko na Gen X, at saka mga nasa Gen Z group na hindi pa huli ang lahat. Ngayon, napag-usapan natin yung not so ideal habit. Ano naman yung ipapalit natin? Kasi for us to break a bad habit, it should be replaced by a good habit. So ano yung magandang umpisahan natin? If assuming ang kausap natin ay mag-uumpisa pa lang, no? Regardless of age, pero mag-uumpisa pa lang siya, ano yung good habit na kailangan nilang umpisahan?
Ako, I think a good habit, in order to come up with one, kailangan you have a strong why. Kailangan talagang alam mo kung bakit gusto mong i-break yung habit na yun. Diba? So for example, let me just use the example of smoking. Smoking is a very hard habit to break.
Yes.
Pero if your why is very, very strong, for example, you want to live long para makita mong lumaki yung kids mo, that's a very strong why. And that will make you stop smoking. And when it comes to like taking care of yourself, saving and investing, you also need a strong why. So sometimes yung sabi ko nga kanina, we learn the hard way. But hopefully, hindi na natin hihintayin yun and we learn from the experience of others. Na kunwari ang strong why mo is you want to give good education to your kids. Na gusto mo silang ipadala sa ganitong school or sa dream school nila. So that's a very strong why. And that will, if you have that goal and you have your eyes set on that goal, hindi ka masa-sidetrack. Kasi ang daling ma-sidetrack minsan eh. Kunwari, nag-ipon ka, okay, you did so well in the first few months. Tapos meron kang nakitang bagong cellphone.
Yeah.
Parang, uy, kaya ko nang bilihin ko.
Ano ba yung pinakabagong iPhone
Kunwari,
14 ba yun?
14 na
Oo, na pinagpilahan.
Oo. So kunwari, nag-ipon ka first few months, tapos nakita mo, uy, pwede ko nang bilihin to eh. Kasi nakapag-ipon na ako. Kung hindi malakas yung why mo, ang daling hugutin na lang yung bilhin mo na lang yung iPhone. Diba? So, yun, to come up with a good investing habit, start first with knowing your why. Why do you want to invest? Ano ba talaga yung goal mo? Which goes back to yung napag-usapan natin kanina na it's good to keep things in writing, or if you want to say it aloud and declare it to the universe that you want to do it, that's a good habit.
Or share it with your significant other, no? Or somebody that you trust na who can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Diba? Importante rin yun. That's right. It serves as a reminder also eh. Kung halimbawa somewhere down the road na medyo naliligaw ang ating mga landas when it comes to our finances, it's good to be reminded by somebody who we trust that hey, you have to get back on the road that you intended to take. Ayan. Now, since napag-usapan na rin natin ang investing, maraming klaseng investment actually, no? So, baka akala ng mga viewers natin, ang investing is para sa, naglalagay ka lang ng pera tapos inaantay mong lumago, no? Actually, there are several forms of investing. Pwede tayong bumili ng hard assets, pwede tayong magtayo ng negosyo, and several others, no? Pero I believe pwede rin tayong mag-invest sa stock market, di ba? Or bumili ng bonds sa mga malalaking mga kumpanya. Pero ako ang paniniwala ko, and especially for the typical Juan de la Cruz, no? Kasi we know for a fact, and this is data from stats, no, na more than 99% of the businesses here in the Philippines are micro, small, and medium enterprises. And over 65% of our working population are employed in these businesses. So alam natin na maraming empleyado. Ang large portion of our population are employees. No? So, and hindi na rin natin mapagkakaila na baka malaking porsyento doon mga minimum wager. No? So kapag maliit ang sinusweldo mo, mahirap magnegosyo. Diba? Kasi malaking kapital ang ilalabas mo. Mahirap mag-down payment sa isang property. At kung nahihirapan ka sa down payment, paano pa yung buwan na nahulog mo? Bago maging sa iyo yung property, bago mo mapakinabangan siya for passive income. There is the most simple and I believe trusted way of investing. No? Now, una muna, how do we identify yung kumpanya na pwede nating pagkatiwalaan and separate them from the legitimate companies? Kasi Diba, if you remember 10 or 20 years ago, maraming na-scam. Diba? Maraming na-scam. Billion from the Filipinos were scammed by these mga pyramids, no? So how can we identify that?
Okay. So kung gusto talaga nating malaman kung legit ng isang company or isang business or isang um, service na ina-avail natin, ang maganda is meron tayong regulator here in the Philippines, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. So that's why all of the businesses kailangan mag-register sa SEC. So kapag approved siya by the SEC, kapag merong necessary papers, you can be assured na legit yung negosyo pinapasok mo. So ganun lang kasimple. Kung gusto nating malaman kung legit yung company na kausap natin, let's ask for documentation, let's ask for papers, SEC approvals, and that gives us a very, very good chance na hindi tayo masascam.
Yes. And itong mga documents na to, these are public documents. So kung sasabihin sa inyo nung kaharap ninyo na sorry, these documents we cannot share with you, be doubtful na, no? And if you want to make sure na legitimate ang kausap ninyo pero ayaw nyo humingi ng dokumento sa kanila, you can easily call up SEC and ask, di ba? Kasi these are really public documents na pwedeng i-present sa inyo. Ayan.
Nakwento ko na po sa iyo, Miss Janet, yung time na na-scam ako.
Oh, no.
Okay. This is
Hindi
a very
pa,
fortunate time na ikwento ko yun.
Sige nga.
So, this was about 7 or 8 years ago. So I was trading in the stock market. Meron akong kaibigan na kausap ko rin about trading in the stock market. Tapos one day, sabi niya, gusto mong mag-trade ng commodities and foreign exchange? Sabi niya. So sabi ko, sige, dahil sa stock market trading na rin ako, turo mo nga sa akin kung paano yan, commodities and FX trading.
Okay.
So nag-meet kami, dinala niya ako sa office nila, which is dito rin sa BGC.
Okay.
So legit, may office, mayroong signboard, mayroong parang concierge, mayroong mga nagtatrabaho ng tao, kita ko yung mga charts all around, ganyan.
Okay. Marami siyang props.
Maraming props. Sumupo ako kasama yung isang trader, tinuturuan ako on how to use the platform kasi bigyan ka ng platform. So I was trading for FX and commodities for a few months. Tapos okay naman siya kasi tinry ko minsan mag-trade, nakaredeem naman ako ng small nakita ko, ganyan. So sabi ko, okay to up until one night, hindi na gumagalaw yung platform ko. Kasi bibigyan ka nila ng software where you can trade. Okay. So sabi ko, bakit kaya hindi gumagalaw nung gabi? By the way, when we're talking about FX trading, wala siyang trading hours. Talagang 24 hours yun. Kasi 24 hours gumagalaw yung market.
Yes.
So, hindi ko malaw yung platform ko. So sabi ko, baka may problema lang yung software or baka yung computer ko. So, tinulog ko lang. By glitch lang, tinulog ko. The following day, nanonood ako ng new morning show ng ABS. Okay. Kalimutan ko na anong tawag lang. Pero nakita ko na yung news was isang trading company ni-raid ng SEC. Yun yung parang headline. Up until napanood ko yung mismong news clip nila about it. Tapos talagang may mga pulis na nagre-raid, nagbabox ng mga computers and all. Tapos sabi ko, alam mo, office na ko, familiar to. Ito yung pinuntahan ko sa BGC. So I called up my friend. Sabi ko, ito ba yung nasa news? Itong company mo? Kasi siya yung kumuha sa akin doon. Tapos sabi niya, gusto sana kitang tawagan to tell you all about it, sinasabi niya. So apparently, wala silang SEC approval to operate here in the Philippines.
Kaya so, sila na-rate din.
Na-rate sila. So sabi ko, paano na yung investment ko dyan. Kasi ang masama pa doon, ang Miss Janet, may pera yung parents kong pinasok sa akin. At pinag-trade ko doon. So sariling pera ko, pera ng parents ko, ang trade ko doon. And unfortunately, sabi niya yung owner, lumipad na itong Hong Kong. So sabi niya, i-update niya ako kung ano mangyari dun sa investment. Pero ayun, nung huling update sa kanya, sabi niya wala, natangay na talaga yung pera. So parang yun yung hard way of learning about scams na hindi talaga siya about, hindi nga siya sa kakilala mo kasi I was thinking yung kakilala ko yun, hindi ako papahamak nito, kaibigan ko to . Well, in fairness, rin naman siya, victim din naman siya. Pero I went, hindi assurance na merong office, na merong workers, na may
kakilala ka.
Na may kakilala ka. So talagang kung gusto mo malaman kung legit, search mo talaga sa ICC.
Yeah, that is so true. And I have a personal story also. Ito naman, hindi scam, no? Pero, there's a reason why I never went into cryptocurrency. Kasi hindi ako familiar. So, takot ako pumasok. Kahit na sabihin mong may mga kaibigan ako na pinagkakatiwalaan ko who are trading ng cryptocurrency, I still don't want to get into it because I'm not knowledgeable enough. No, so this was I think about 12 or 13 years ago. So I was with a group of friends na lahat sila puro traders. Talagang nasa stock market talaga araw-araw yun ang binabantayan. And yung trade nila, maliit na yung 6 to 7 digits. Ganon. Pag natalo sila, maliit din ng 6 to 7 digits. Ganon. So, meron silang pina-IPO na bagong kumpanya, no? Itong company na to, hindi ko nasasabihin yung detalye, no? Pero ipinamana kasi, second generation na, pinamana ng mga magulang dito sa anak. Since itong anak is one of the young parang business owners, no? He was aggressive enough to try out different ways of expanding the business. And one of them was pumasok sa stock market. No? So, nagpa-IPO siya. So, since bulong-bulong sa grupo namin yun, nag-open sila ng parang platform for mga gustong pumasok prior to it being released to the public. So, na-share sa akin. Sabi ko, sige, pasok ako. Konti lang naman inilagay ko. Kasi takot ako eh. Pero, alam mo na, buyo ng mga kaibigan, sige na, Janet, pakisama, ganun. O, di sige. Tapos, since I don't have the stomach to do stock trading. Wala talaga akong stomach, no? Hindi ko siya binantayan. Until recently, outside of that group, nagkaroon ng there was news circulating na nagka-problema yung company na yon, no? Kasi may internal anong tawag dito? Parang yung yung pag-buy and sell internally is affecting the buying and sell of the public kasi linabas na to sa public eh. So, linabas ko kaagad yung investment ko, no? Na may konting kita. After less than a month, naka-receive yung company na yan ng subpoena galing sa Department of Justice. Tapos, bukod dun sa kumpanya na in-IPO niya, yung mismong company nila, nagka-problema rin. And it has been in the news for several years. No? So, nakakatakot din eh, di ba? Nakakatakot din.
Naka-exit ka
Buti
pala.
naka-exit ako, di ba? Kung hindi, parang baka may makaaway ako dun sa mga kaibigan ko na pumilit sa akin. No? Now that we know how to be careful and how to identify kung ano yung legit companies at ano yung hindi, ano naman ang pinaka-generic sa pananaw mo, no, na investment, type of investment na pwedeng umpisahan ng kahit na isang rocket fire?
So one of the few investments which is widely used, regardless if you're starting out or if you're a big time player na in the investing game, whether you're super active or hindi ka masyadong super active, whether you're super knowledgeable or nagsisimula ka pa lang, one of the easiest ways to get into investing is what we call mutual funds. So ang mutual funds, to give a background to our audience, it's a professionally managed investment. Yan na lang to laymanize it. It's a
Yes.
professionally managed investment, meaning that you have your fund managers who will do the investing for you. Pero syempre, ikaw pa rin mamimili kung saan siya i-invest.
Yes.
So let's say gusto mo siyang i-invest in the stock market, merong let's say the index fund ang tawag natin dyan, which invests in the top 30 companies in the Philippines. Kung gusto mo naman na conservative lang, meron tayong mga money market funds. So, a wide array of investors, they like mutual funds kasi it's very easy. You have your fund manager who does the diversification for you. Kasi sila na mag-i-invest eh. Kasi let's say gusto mong mag-invest sa stock market in the Philippines, and you decide na you want to invest in the top 30 companies in the Philippines. Medyo tedious yun gawin. Bibili ka ng 30.
Ikaw mag-isa,
ikaw mismo.
tapos isa-isa mo silang
Oo, so
gagawin.
i-research mo, bibiliin mo, ganyan. Pero when you buy into, let's say, the index fund nga, automatic na yun. Nakabili ka na ng 30 stocks. So, another reason why it's liked by a lot of investors is the liquidity. Kasi if you need to get your money, makukuha mo siya in just 1 day or in just 3 days, depending kung saan mo siya in-invest. So, as opposed to other investment vehicles na they do generate very good returns. Pero pag kailangan mo na pala makuha yung pera mo, kailangan mo pa pala ibenta tapos matagal mo makuha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or may mga lock-in period.
Yeah. So ako, in my decade-long experience na rin in investing in different instruments, one that I can recommend for those who are starting out, or kahit expert ka na, is a mutual fund.
Yeah. And there are several kinds of mutual funds, diba? So I think one favorite adjective that I love to use when we talk about mutual fund is flexibility.
Oh yeah.
Diba? Kasi it's flexibility in all areas of it. Like for example, if you want to diversify, maraming klaseng mutual fund na pwede mong ipaglagyan, and different percentage ang pwede mong ilagay. No? It doesn't have to be isa lang ang pipiliin mo. Pwede kang mamili ng marami. And also, yung pagiging liquid niya is also flexible, di ba? So if you decide na, halimbawa, yung actual goal is 10 years ko pa naman gagamitin. Pero 5 years down the road, you realize na sandali lang, may kailangan akong paggastusan ngayon. Hindi ko mahihintay yung 10 years. No? So can I withdraw it? You can. Diba? Yun yung liquidity. Ayan. Ngayon, since we're in the topic, no, how do you choose the investment or savings company that you want to work with? Kasi alam natin, ang mutual fund company pala, ang tawag sa kanila is asset management. Ayan. Yan yung mga words, no, natatandaan ninyo, no. How can we choose the asset management company that we would want to work with? Ano yung mga qualities that we should look out for?
Okay. So, syempre first, kung gusto mo malamang legit yung SEC nga,
Yes.
gusto mo i-check sa SEC. Pero a few of the characteristics of very good asset management companies is, first, you may want to look at the track record when it comes to the returns that they are able to give out to their investors. Second, you may also want to take a look at how long they have been in the industry.
Yes, tenure nila.
Yeah. And of course, third is you may also want to ask for feedback from your friends. Kung okay yung experience nila or hindi. So you don't make the same mistake. Ganyan, diba? So yeah, those are some of the things that you can take a look at on how to choose a proper company to work with.
And I would be very confident in saying na lahat ng qualities na to, meron ang Sun Life Asset Management. Yes. So tell us a bit more about the background of SLAMC or Sun Life Asset Management.
So si Sun Life Asset Management, or we like to call it SLAMC, is a subsidiary of Sun Life of Canada Philippines. So si Sun Life of Canada Philippines has been in the country for 127 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And si SLAMC has been around for 22 years. So when it comes to longevity in the market, you have it checked.
Yes.
Of course, we have SEC papers, we have the check as well. When it comes to returns, we're also very proud that we have 16 mutual funds, 16 prosperity funds, and they are doing very, very well. If you compare it to the competitors, they have very competitive returns, I would say. So, and of course, isa sa mga nagpa-strengthen din talaga ng company natin, of course, are the people inside. So you also have the financial advisors who we work with, who are very well trained, very capable and willing, very client-centric to give the proper advice to our clients.
Thank you for that. No? And each individual is unique. Ibig sabihin, iba-iba ang profile ng bawat isa sa atin iba-iba rin ang requirements, iba-iba rin yung timeline natin bago natin sabihin na gusto na natin i-enjoy yung na-save natin. Knowing that we have 16 prosperity funds that we can invest in and we can mix and match sa ating portfolio, no? Meron bang right way or wrong way of investing in mutual fund?
Okay, well, there's a wrong way, definitely, kung nag-i-invest ka just for the sake of it and not considering your risk appetite and your time horizon. When we say risk appetite, ibig sabihin, hindi ka pala masyadong, hindi ka makatulog sa gabi knowing that your investment fluctuates. So, ibig sabihin, dapat yung risk appetite, you have a low risk appetite, so dapat your investment should go along with that risk appetite.
Yeah.
Dapat dun ka lang din sa conservative na hindi masyadong magalaw so that you can sleep at night. So, of course, you have to take that into consideration, your risk appetite, and of course, your time horizon. So, let's say you're investing for your retirement. Most of the time, the aggressive investments tend to outperform the more conservative investments over time. But if you have a time horizon of gagamitin mo na pala yung pera next month, ganyan. So hindi na natin siya pwede i-expose sa mga risky investments. So that's a wrong way of investing. So the other way around naman, yung correct way of investing is of course studying all of these factors first before you get into a decision.
Ayan. So, that's good, no? I'd like to go back to yung setting up your whole portfolio. Kasi, again, if you are knowledgeable enough to go into mutual fund on your own, and then go for it, diba? On your own. But if you would want to have somebody to help you, it is ideal to ask for assistance from a responsible financial advisor, di ba? Who is licensed, okay, so para sa additional knowledge ng ating mga viewers, no, meron kasing tinatawag nila sarili nila na financial advisors. Pero ang hawak lang nilang produkto, the products that they are licensed to sell are insurance products. Okay? So, insurance, yes, is a kind of investment, but hindi siya yung investment na iniisip natin na para sa sarili natin. Investment siya actually para sa mahal natin sa buhay. Kaya tayo bumibili ng insurance para pagka may nangyari sa atin, whether nabaldado tayo or namatay tayo, may maiiwan tayo sa mahal natin sa buhay. That's a form of investment, pero sa ibang tao. Ngayon, yung investment para sa atin, alamin natin kung saan lisensyado or what are the licenses that the financial advisor carries with her or him, no? Meron tayong term para sa lisensyado sa mutual fund.
So that's called the certified investment solicitor. Parang I can relate it to if you're looking for a legitimate business, di ba? Dapat registered sila sa SEC.
Yes.
So the same way na yung mga financial advisors, those who are licensed to sell mutual funds, nag-register din yan kumbaga sa SEC. Pero it's not just registering. Meron kang i-review and meron kang i-exam na mahirap.
Yes.
So talagang,
yes, I remember that.
Kaya talagang hindi lahat pwedeng maging, hindi lahat ay licensed to sell mutual funds. Kasi you have to review and take the exam. So that's how you know who you're talking to is legitimate.
Yes.
So pwede mong itanong, are you a certified investment solicitor?
Yes.
So ibig sabihin niya, pag in-offeran ka niya ng mutual funds and CIS siya, certified investment solicitor, you're talking to the right person.
Yes. Okay. Now, aside from knowing na this person has the proper license, balikan ko yung sinabi ko kanina. Two things that you have to look for in a professional before you decide you want to work with this person. It's competence, being knowledgeable about the product, and empathy. Knowing who you are, where you're coming from, your requirements, and your timeline. Ayan. Now, so medyo nagagahol tayo sa oras, no? Ang haba pa nung pwede natin pag-usapan. Now, where you are today versus where you want to be in the future, ako ang paniniwala, my brand is called Bridges-PH kasi. You know, 6 years ago, when I started working with my team, no, sabi nila, Janet, marami nang gumagamit ng bridges. No? Baka pwede mag-isip ka na lang ng ibang pangalan for your brand. Sabi ko, hindi eh. Gusto ko talaga bridges. Bakit? Because I see myself as that person crossing the bridge with that person that I want to work with. No? And I love to use metaphor. So please excuse me, no? We cross bridges in every stage of our lives. Diba? So right now, yung tinatawiran kong bridge, no, is very different from the bridge that I was crossing 15, 16 years ago. Ngayon, ako retirement is already in the horizon, no? Nakikita ko na siya, no? Pero hindi ko naman nakikita ang sarili ko to stop working. So retirement is just a term. I probably will slow down, pero I don't see myself stop working. No? Even if I am a financial advisor myself, I still work with other people to help me cross that bridge. I think it's important to note, no, that every bridge you cross, you have to have expert opinion or expert recommendation from people. Like for example, if you work with a doctor, no, sa edad kong to, cardiologist na yung kausap ko, tsaka internal medicine na physician, no? So, I also work with one specialist, no, na siya yung nagbabantay sa akin. Once every 6 months, I go see him and he monitors kung okay ba yung aking tawag dito, yung aking blood pressure. Ayan, yun na yung binabantayan ko ngayon, no? So, marami sa atin, no, na we might think that we can do it on our own. But in fact, in different aspects of our lives, we need professionals to be there to help us. Ayan. Now, kaya Bridges yung pangalan ng aking brand, no? So, how does a financial advisor help you prepare for your future? Kasi actually, especially with the millennials and Gen Zers na nakakausap ko, uh, they what they have in mind is, I'm Superman or I'm Wonder Woman. I can do
Kaya ko
this
to,
on my,
ako na.
kaya ko to, ako na lang. I don't need your help. I don't need your recommendation. No? Pero ano ba ang value ng isang financial advisor sa buhay ng kanyang kliyente?
Siguro we can put it this way, and this applies to all of us. Let's say meron, like what we have mentioned kanina, we have, if we need expert advice on our health, we go to a doctor.
Yes.
If we need expert advice on legal matters, we go to an attorney.
Mhm.
Diba? Kasi these are the people who are very well trained,
Mhm.
and of course they have your best interest in mind.
In mind, yes.
The same way it goes with our finances or when it comes to investing. That's the reason why we have financial advisors. Pwede natin tingnan yung financial advisors as the professionals who will help us in this goal of ours.
Mhm.
And just like doctors, just like lawyers, ang gagawin ng financial advisor is he or she will of course diagnose you first.
Mm.
They have knowledge on what's available in the market or medicine, ganyan.
Yes.
And then they will prescribe what's best for you. So it's always client centric. It's always what's best for you and not what's best for the doctor.
Yes.
So I think that's the value talaga of a financial advisor when it comes to helping you reach your goals. May it be a short-term goal. Let's say you want to purchase a gadget or you want to upgrade your car, or a long-term goal maybe for your retirement, your own retirement or retirement of your employees. So that's the flexibility and the value that a financial advisor can bring.
Thank you for that. Ayan. So we are nearing the end of our discussion, but before we leave you with last words of advice, we would want you to get on our Google Sheet and answer our survey form. Ayan. Ipopost natin sa chat yung link to the survey form. We would appreciate if you would answer that, and so that once we have your email address, we will send you the link to this recording on our YouTube channel. And also later on, perhaps there would be more webinars that would be of interest to you. You can get a first notification. Ayan. So, um, mabalikan ko yung kanina na napag-usapan natin on getting started. You know, there's a saying, and I think this was offered by me. This was penned by me, I think. You are never too young to start. You are never too old to start din, 'di ba? But tulad ng sabi mo, Moy, time can be our ally. Time can also be our enemy. It really depends on kailan tayo mag-uumpisa. No? So, any last words mo na pwede nating iiwan sa ating mga viewers para paalala sa kanila na the best time to start is today?
Um, this reminds me of a question in one of the webinars din na-attendan ko po. No? So the question asked was, when's the best time to invest?
Mhm.
And so the answer is, it's not really tomorrow. It's not even really today. It's really yesterday.
Yesterday,
So the
yes.
best time to invest, it's yesterday.
Mhm.
So, siguro ang final words ko na lang is, it's a beautiful life.
Yes.
I can only hope that everyone can enjoy their passion. They can turn their hobbies into passion someday and really enjoy time with our family, with our loved ones. And one of the ways on how we can really fulfill that one is if we prepare for our future.
Yes.
And very luckily that we have reputable companies and we have advisors who are there to help you in that journey.
Yes.
So very valuable to talk about.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that piece of wisdom. Naalala ko rin, no? Ito I got from Sun Life when I was starting in the business. Sabi ng trainer, there are two uncertainties. There are two certainties in life na we are not sure kung alin yung madadaanan natin. Number one is dying too soon. Number one is living too long. In both cases, it is best that we prepare the financial aspect of our lives for them. No? Kasi kung hindi natin pinaghandaan, hindi natin binuild properly yung financial program natin, regardless of what happens to us, we live too long or we die too soon, our finances will be crippled. So if we die too soon, it will be crippled at ang magkakaproblema ay yung mga mapag-iiwanan natin. Di ba? If we live too long, alam nyo na, di ba? The older you get, yes, the older you get, you think that the older you get, the less responsibility you have. Actually, hindi. Nare-realize ko yan ngayon. Kasi nandun na yung, ay, kailangan pala every 6 months nagpapa-check up ako. Tapos, pagka nag-55 or 60 na ako, kailangan every 3 months na. Tapos, every 6 months, kailangan blood test ako. Tapos, nandun na rin yung buti ngayon, hypertension na gamot pala na iniinip ko, at saka konting supplements, no? Pero paano later on, di ba? I might be needing more, no? And syempre, the older you get, you're prone to certain illnesses, no? So, nandun yung handa ka rin para sa susunod mo na, para sa mga medical expenses kung sakasakaling kailangan. So, importante yung regardless of which path in life that we might go through, as early as today, we fix our finances. We prepare our financial program. Thank you very much, Moy. Maraming
Thank you,
salamat
Miss Janet.
ulit. At
Thank you.
hindi ito ang huli.
Of course.
Mauulit at
Yes.
mauulit to. So, thank you everybody sa oras na iginuhol nyo this Saturday morning with us. Remember to go to the link that was sent in the chat. Meron tayong special na regalo. After you've answered that link, it is after you answer that survey, it is in that link. And watch out. This actually is our last webinar for 2022. Pero may pinaghahandaan na tayo para sa January and February na webinar, no? It is also how you can take care of your future self. Pero ang pag-uusapan naman natin, yung protection para sa ating mga mahal sa buhay at yung mental and physical well-being natin. So happy weekend, everybody. And again, thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us.
Yeah.
Bye!